night. 25 points in the first half alone against Cleveland, on his way to a 38-point performance, one shy of his career high, as the Pelicans knock off the Cavaliers 116-109. How about baseball? A controversial finish on ESPN between the Braves and Phillies. Top of the ninth, that's Alec Boehm scoring from third on a short fly ball to left. The home plate ump calls him safe. The question is, did he ever touch the plate? After a review, the call was upheld. Phils would win by that run 7-6. Braves manager Brian Snitker not pleased.
What did the umpire say to you when?
Nothing. He didn't say anything. I did all the talking. He didn't say anything. We're not giving explanations.
Okay. And what you saw, did you ever see him touch the plate?
No.
Yeah.
We have 5 different angles on a national televised game. And it's clear that his foot didn't touch the plate, that it was on the chalk. Everyone saw it and sees it. Everyone knows it. And for MLB not to overturn that, it's embarrassing. Why even have replay if you won't overturn that?
Another day, another replay controversy, and there was a lot of reaction. You can see the Braves threw the word apparently onto the tweet there at the final score, and Mike Trout chimed in responding to Will Middlebrook's quite so bad. So it was a lot of frustration around the sport from baseball yesterday. And then how about Sunday at the Masters, which was on this day more of a coronation than a competition, and it was for that man, Hideki Matsuyama, who began the day with a 4-shot lead, and it was a 4-shot lead on 15. Here was the only really scary moment for him as he flies the green on 15, and into the drink he goes. That, combined with a birdie on the hole for Xander Schauffele, would bring the lead down to 2, but then they would walk to the 16th tee, and Schauffele would try a very aggressive shot on the par 3, and right there was the end of the Masters. Schauffele into the water on 16. He would make a triple bogey, and that would be all she wrote. All that was left was for Matsuyama to make a triumphant stroll up the 18th fairway and tap that in for his first green jacket, his first major. In fact, he's the first Japanese male ever to win a major championship, and got the victor goes the spoils, got the green jacket from Dustin Johnson. Look at the celebration heard round the world for Hideki Matsuyama, including from Tiger Woods, who chimed in, making Japan proud. Congratulations on such a huge accomplishment for you and your country. This historical Masters win will impact the entire golf world. So a very busy sports weekend it was. Meanwhile, we turn our attention to the future and the draft, which is right around the corner. Let's go through some of the things that you need to know, including the Falcons, who are taking calls on the number 4 pick. Todd McShay currently has Atlanta taking the tight end Kyle Pitts in his latest mock draft. Trey Lance, meanwhile, has scheduled a second pro day for April 19th. He held his first in front of 30 NFL teams back on March 12th. Lance not the only quarterback prospect holding a second pro day. Justin Fields will work out for NFL teams during Ohio State's second pro day this Wednesday. Meanwhile, here's our Adam Schefter on the 49ers' plans at number 3.
I think they have an open mind right now. I think that they go into this looking at the 3 quarterbacks that'll be there. They're obviously going to go watch Justin Fields work out again. I think they have a high opinion of Trey Lance, and I think they have a high opinion of Mac Jones. So I think they like all 3. Now, if you're asking me today who I would guess Mac Jones today. But we're also 3 weeks away from the draft.
So that is the insight from Adam Schefter, and this is the crew we have ready to talk with us this morning. And Diana, I will come directly to you because we've been going back and forth. We've been doing this dance with San Francisco at number 3, basically from the moment they made that huge trade to go up there and get the 3rd pick. What is your understanding of the very latest as far as who they're looking at the quarterback spot at number 3?
Yeah, we know Schefter does not mess around when it comes with information, and he is right. We're still 3 weeks out, but at this point, when a head coach and a GM find a quarterback they like, they love, you have to figure they're going to be committed. They're going to do all their homework on all these guys. But when you take a look at Mac Jones, and when I talk to people in San Francisco that have been in these meetings talking about these quarterbacks, They point to all the reasons why Mac Jones fits perfectly in a Kyle Shanahan offense. We know he loves to run play action. That's really where this offense takes off, and this is where Mac Jones really flourishes, his understanding of the game. And Greeny, I'm going to say it on this air every single time we talk about Mac Jones. When I hear about this player from not just people in San Francisco, from people all around the league, they always point to Mac Jones's intelligence, his ability to understand the offense, be able to read defenses, and this is something that Kyle Shanahan can build on.
Okay, I get it, and all of that makes sense. But Marcus, I'm coming to you. To trade all that they traded to move up to the 3rd pick in the draft to take a quarterback like Mac Jones. I hate to even phrase it this way because here's a young man just doing the best he can and trying to have an outstanding career. But is he good enough to be worth what they've given up to get there?
Not based on what I've seen, G. And listen, I talked about Mac Jones going to the New England Patriots. I thought that would be a great fit for him. So it's not like Mac Jones is out of the 1st round of the NFL draft. But 3, and I'm going to keep saying it until the draft comes. The 3rd pick of the draft is supposed to change your organization, or that's supposed to be the idea. You are not supposed to be looking for the same guys. You ain't supposed to be looking for Kirk Cousins or Matt Ryan at 3. That ain't got you over the hump. You ain't supposed to be looking for Jimmy Garoppolo at 3. That hasn't got you over the hump either. Now, if you are telling me, if San Francisco and any other franchise is telling me that they feel like Mac Jones is marketably better than Jimmy Garoppolo, or you're drafting him because you feel like Jimmy is hurt and not available enough, then okay, you kind of want to be the same football team and take the same chances. That's how I look at this. I'm not changing that view as long as we get to this draft.
And it does, Jeff. I think it is relevant here that they're not picking 3rd because that's where they wound up. They traded 3 first-round picks to get there in the first place. I think, Jeff, that does have to be factored into this somewhere, too.
Yeah, listen, 100%. Think about this. They've really created the Mac Jones storm for this draft. I mean, by moving up, trading all these picks away, and then talking about and putting Mac Jones as their front runner, it's kind of blown people away. If you look at where Mac Jones was pre-draft, all those conversations, this guy was a late 1st rounder, somewhere in that, and all of a sudden now we're talking about him at 3. I'm with Swagoo on this. When you talk about the Justin Fields and the Trey Lances, the things that they can do outside of just pocket passing and play action passing and all those things. And listen, I understand the fit for Shanahan. I get that. But at the end of the day, Shanahan has made every quarterback he has extremely good. So why would you trade all that away to go get a guy you could have gotten later on or traded less to get him? It just doesn't make sense to me to do what they've done and then go get a Mac Jones. And again, I'm with Swagoo. This isn't an indictment on Mac Jones. This was you pushed him up in there, and now you're paying a premium for what you've done.
Go ahead, Diana.
I'm against everything you guys are saying here, both of you, with all due respect. I look at it this way. Kyle Shanahan, going back to his days in Washington with Robert Griffin III and Kirk Cousins, and then he had so much success with Matt Ryan. You're right, he has had success with quarterbacks, but I look at him as a maestro. And he just needs to find the instrument that he can play the music he wants to play. And this is the instrument he seems to be wanting to play. And it makes sense. Why not find the quarterback that fits what you're trying to do to have success? This makes so much sense.
All right,
But he ain't won no Grammy.
Diana.
He hasn't won a Grammy. Let me get Matt in. I'm sorry, but I haven't had Matt come in the whole day. Matt, for those who've not seen it, give us the evaluation. Give us the scouts' unbiased evaluation of Mac Jones as a prospect, and where does he rank on your overall board of the players in this draft?
Yeah, he is a good prospect, and I think that's where we all struggle with this a little bit, because there are things that you like. He is very accurate. He's very smart. His processing speed, his ability to get from his first read to his second read to his third read, that is very developed. And as only a 17-game starter at Alabama, it is impressive how far along he is as a mental student of the game. But there are physical limitations. He has the weakest arm of the top quarterbacks in this draft. He is the least mobile of the top quarterbacks in this draft. So, Greeny, he's ranked number 27 overall on my big board, on my rankings list. I think that's where the hard part is a player ranked 27 will be drafted third. And I think to go full circle here, I'm never going to go against Adam Schefter's opinion or information. But if you traded 2 future first-round picks and a third-round pick and you don't know who you're drafting, that's irresponsible. Why would you trade and not know who you're taking? I don't understand the logic there at all. So I love Schefty, and he's always right. But you don't trade without knowing.